Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining today. I'm about to go ahead and start this quick intro to open source Agentics. My name is Eric Moore. I'm an associate partner at IBM Consulting, and I specialize in AI and DevOps. I'm also a maintainer for ag2.ai. I'm going to pull that website up real quick. And as part of that, last Friday, we released a set of new ethics. So very excited about this, relevant to Bluedot Impact, which this recording is for. And as part of that, I wanted to do a quick demo for this community to show you guys some of what open source Agentics is all about. So there are a number of open source agentic platforms. I use AG2. And this is 100% open source, right, based on AutoGen. And AutoGen was a Microsoft project that ended up being forked by the founders of AutoGen for use by the community. So they created a community fork. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is come and, as if I were brand new, there is a get started, right? So I'm going to go to the docs here, getting started. And what Agentics is a combination of multiple things, and there's a lot of arguments about the definitions. But at the end of the day, it is taking LLMs, combining them with tools, and I believe almost always in multi-agent scenarios, right? But not everyone includes that little snippet. So this is a minimum piece of AutoGen code, okay? All you need to do is pip install AutoGen on your command line. And don't worry, I'm going to get to the GUI for those of you who don't do coding, okay? And then we would execute this if we wanted it not to execute any code itself, that it wrote itself. Where things get interesting, right, is when we try code like this, okay? We can actually see exactly this code running in our GUI in just a second, so we'll go ahead and do that. But what we'll see, we jump over there, right, and I've already done it. I submitted this query to the agent team, and they exchanged about 6 messages. And again, this is all open source. Right now, I am using GPT-4, but I regularly use this with open source models also, running locally. I am pointed at 127.0.0.1. We're not sitting on some website or something. So the assistant comes back, and these are 2 agents talking to each other. One represents me as the user proxy, and one is the assistant. Okay. So first, it's going to come up with a plan, and then install Y Finance. Excuse me. As you can see, it succeeded in installing Y Finance. It wrote up this code, okay? Executed it, right? There were some warnings, but it succeeded. And there is my stock chart, my graph of the prices that it built itself, okay? Now, where it gets interesting is that I can build more complex interactions here, right? Obviously. And then I can also take these agents, build new agents with new skills. I can and have, right, for instance, put together a repository of AutoGen skills that I've shared with the world. So for instance, you know, this one animates speech between 2 agents. This one will search and extract content on a website. A lot of different use cases here. The other thing that we can do with open source Agentics that's very interesting is reasoning. So you might have heard a lot about O1, O3. So we're already able to match O1 performance with open models using this reasoning approach, the reasoning agent. So let me show you a little bit of what that looks like, okay? So here's the reasoning agent.
Hi all. Let's jump into a demo of one of the key features of AG2's 0.6 release.
And what this
Reasoning agent have these options. The MCTS.
So it's coming up with these different beams, and this is at the Agentics tier, right? This isn't at the LLM tier. Different, trains of thought, essentially, right? And then it'll explore and create based on those different sets of, it'll basically explore these down, these beams. So X, Y, Z, A, B, C, A, C, D, right? All these different conclusions that it can raise from these logical expansions, right? And then it evaluates if any of these are a better approach to the problem, right? And there's different approaches here. There's Monte Carlo tree search, there's beam search. So there's a number of different options, and each of them have their own parameters that are available. At the end, what's nice is that we can see all this logic, okay, that was built up along the way, and peek into the reasoning. Some of the other things that are available, and again, this is all open source. This is Tree of Thoughts with beam search, okay, if you want a more basic explanation of that. GraphRag, very powerful, open source, okay, far more powerful than RAG on its own. Real-time agent, that's where you're literally chatting back and forth. The more recent examples with WebRTC are very powerful. And what that allows you to do is talk to your AI and talk to your AI agent teams, talk to their skills. Again, locally. So this is actually using, okay, the earlier demos used the real-time agents from OpenAI. Here we're moving to WebRTC, which is really neat. Okay, just an incredible amount of work being done here. Things that to do yourself, and this is what's so frustrating. There's constantly conversation going, oh, we need to do this, we need to do that. That kind of work is being done. Okay, so for instance, secure injection of tool dependencies, which is very important for these tool chats to be able to work with things without passwords. You don't want to have to give your password away to your agent team, right? That's what this is, right? And then, of course, we've got the ethics. So for this community, I think the ethics that were just released again last Friday, so they've been out for 3 days. These are the most progressive ethics that I think have been released by any AI company, and especially agentic AI. So I'm very excited to get any feedback from the Bluedot impact on these. Yeah, so that's intro to Agentics. Lot more I could cover, but I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of where things are in the open source Agentics world. You can jump in here. I've got Watson X loaded up from IBM, Gemini from Google, right? Local models, OLUM, etc. Start building your agents, put together your workflows, add your little Python skills, right? And you're off to the races in the playground, okay? Have fun. If you have any questions, my name is Eric Moore. I'm available on the Slack. I'm also very accessible on Discord as some computer guy. happy to help you out in any way I can. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.